Oh, hello everybody, welcome back. We are on T10 Day 1. We're here in Gina today because it was a little too hot out in Nullsec to do all this. But this gives me a nice clean template to work with, and explain some of the progress we have made on T10 Day 1. Our current list of implants is the multi-frequency crystal, which I did locate on a main character that I had. I had it sitting in a random station, don't ask me why. But I took that, I sent it to T10 Day 1, so now he has access to multi-frequency crystal. This will be useful for the revelation if I ever want to use it for PvE. What this does is it gives a passive increase to EM damage, optimal range, accuracy fall off, and tracking speed. Hey Jenner, how you doing today? I don't know everything about this one quite yet. There's a lot of stuff going on here. But it will be useful for the revelation eventually. So what I'm seeing here is if you leave it passive, meaning not active, you're going to have a reduction in your accuracy fall off and tracking speed, which is okay, especially if you're only using your weapons against, like, battleships. However, if you activate it, it will increase the capacitor consumption, increase your tracking speed by 100%, meaning doubling your tracking speed, and generate an additional energy neutralization attack when attacking. The attack has a base strength of EM damage times 0.48, 4% at max level, and is affected by the target's EM resistance and capacitor warfare resistance. Interesting. So, kind of nice if we want to use it at, like, range. I don't know. But we've got it now on top of our focus crystal that we had last week. We started with artillery cover, tactical defense, aerospace, and bombard. So now we have access to those, which is a nice increase. However, over the last few days, I have joined Jinner on a few Dormant Realm runs. And speaking of, let me quickly grab my loot here. You'll only see me do this once here. I have doubled it, so I don't have to do 6 runs this week. I can only do 3. But I can get all of the rewards. Alright. So we'll open these ones first. These are Dormant Realm 1-7. You saw me bring this character along the ride on, I believe it was yesterday or the day before with the alphas. So let's go ahead and open our loot for that, see what we get. Okay, we got a micro warp drive efficiency. Not the greatest, but it's something. And then we'll go ahead and open up our level 10 runs for DR3, which I did today with Jenner. Alright, still not crazy. Didn't really get anything useful other than the compilers, but that's alright. We have all of our boxes for DR17 through here. And then I also need to go to Law of the Deep. And we're gonna go to level 10 and grab the first completion reward, which we only did one of these, but we got all of the first completion rewards. So that's what I've been kind of doing in the background, is just trying to make sure I've done one of every dormant realm up to level 7 at least. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get myself into dormant realm 2 at some point, but not really necessary for me. Alright, so we've got a whole bunch of stuff. Let's get started. So this is Law of the Deep, difficulty 1, difficulty 2, difficulty 3, difficulty 4 is where we get our first thermal circulation implant. You'll see here we get a guaranteed experimental thermal circulation implant. Lots of compilers here. So here is level 7 for DR3, which gives us a basic thermal circulation. That'll also be very useful for the Revelation as well. It could also be used on the Moros when we get the Moros, but it'll be useful on both of them. More to do with the passive armor resistance increase that you get from it is why I want that. Alright, so level 10 gave us a whole bunch of compilers there as well. Ooh, RIP 258 minutes on jump fatigue. You've been jumping a lot then, haven't you? Okay, so this is DR14, which gives us a guaranteed basic warhead charge implant. This will be used on the Phoenix. Hey, Azim. And this is for 1-7, which gives us the basic warhead charge, simply 1. Alright, so don't want to reprocess that. Give it a minute. I wanted to stack everything. Ooh, nice. That's really good. Yep, so there's our new implants. What we are going to do is we will reprocess the greens. And we will input the blues. So let's see here, we've got thermal circulation. And we now also have warhead charge. Warhead charge is such an important implant for the Phoenix. Mainly because you can now choose weapon type damage types, and you can also swap between extended range or precision. So I do need to increase this first. And I kind of want to get to level 15 on this. It's not necessary right now, but it will be necessary for... Yep, we do have a Phoenix. But it will be necessary for... starting up our Dormant Realm runs on that character. Okay, we are also going to look at thermal circulation here. And this is the one we want to get to on thermal circulation. This will give us a 20% armor resistance when heat is less than or equal to 30. Very useful. Yeah, 8 hours of flying and 2 hours of airport time, yeah, I feel that. Alright, so I do think more often than not, I am going to end up running the cryogenic armor with thermal circulation on the Moros and the Revelation. I don't have a Moros quite yet. But when we do, this will be a very useful implant for that. Alright, so that is kind of the coverage of what we've done here. And because I sent that from my primary character, the multi-frequency crystal, I'm gonna send it to my main character, the rest of this stuff. Alright, I don't really see anything else important here. And that's a pretty good one to have. let's go ahead and just automatically put that in for one of our implants here. I want to put that under aerospace because it's very important. And we can't do anything with that right now. That's kind of a rough one. I don't know if I like that. That might be a lot better on... multi-frequency, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Alright, so... that's kind of what I had for you today on this character. Not really sure what I'm going to be doing from here. We're kind of stuck at the moment. If I was to go and get another year of Omega Duo, I wonder if it would be worth it. So that would put me at 1,025 days, plus an additional, what is that, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4, probably an additional 4 or 5 months. I wish we were at 2,000 days yet. So we would probably be here, which gives us 6 million, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 million skill points, a bunch of IP, which I do need, 5 million Lazarite units, yeah, I do wonder what their plan is for all of the achievements past 1,800 days. because we've released the regular Wong Yu now on the market, so that's out of the question. That's not going to be a reward. We might see like a specialty Wong Yu, where it's like a Wong Yu striker or something like that. Could be a possibility still. What else? Not really sure. There's a Wong Yu Bomber could be interesting, where it could use like a Citadel module or like a Rapid Fire module or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. So, they're not completely out of the Wong Yu option for their first reward for the extension, if they do an extension. Um, we could see like a Marshall Navy issue or something like that. I don't know. I know that ship as a Python in EVE Online, where it's a Marshall, but it's more similar to our Special Ops versions. So, I don't know. It would be useful for us to get all of these skill points, though. Of course, it's always nice to get the ISK, but not really necessary. We could get a lot of income, though, from these nanocore upgrade supplies. I need to think about that. Is there an option right now? Yeah, right now my only option is the 6-month version. What I need to wait for is for this one to come off. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something exclusive to eVectors, I believe. Ooh, congratulations on getting your Wong Yu started. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm thinking November or whenever the end of this event happens. Let's see, when does this event end again? $9.29 for the top-up. October 15th for the commemorative celebration. So probably at the end of this commemorative celebration, we might get a update to the 1-year subscription for the Omega Duo, where it gets refreshed. We might see a Interstellar Bazaar not too far from now. So we'll probably be looking at like good deals then. Alright. So we've got about 4 billion ISK. I do need a battleship. I definitely need something better than what I have. Right now I've got the Tech 9 Raven, but maybe like a Typhoon 2. Yeah, Marshall pricing is always in fluctuation. I've seen them as low as like 70 billion. Um, but they do fluctuate between 70 and 100. And what am I working with? I've got launch drone, and I've got launch missiles. I do need a high-sec ship. Rattlesnake is good for it. Yeah, 100 billion, and you can choose between a Shanghai or a Marshall. You might as well go for the capital ship if you're gonna spend the same amount. See, the Rattlesnake matches all my skills currently. It's got the Battleship Command, and it's got the launch drone. I can fit it for DPS and not matter. I think the Barghest or the Anubis are gonna be way too much. Yeah. Nice that the Barghest has come down in cost. I could go with a Raven Striker. I just don't have the full skills for it. Typhoon 2 I have. Yeah, every once in a while I'll see it spike up to about 100 million, but it settles down after a little while. Honestly, a Dominix 2 might be our best option. It's too bad I don't have enough for a Dominix Navy on this character. But a Dominix 2 would do really good work for really cheap. Yeah, the Nestor has been crazy. I have never seen the Nestor do what it did. I mean, spiking upwards. Yeah, I just want to use this thing for ISEC. And I think I have a thermomagnetic storm core for it as well. Maybe. Battle cruiser. Imperial battleship. Clear sky. Ascension. Trailblazer. Cruiser. Frigate. Hurricanes. Wheel of Steel. Dark Halo. Dark Halo. So I do not have what I would want on it. What kind of stats are we looking at? Tracking range. Range would be good. Damage. That one's useless. That one's useless. That one's got damage. Yeah, it's better that I just go with the, Dominic's Ascension Core on this one. I really wish there was a better attribute. That's why I like, Thermomagnetic so much more. That's okay. all we need is one of these. This one's for drones, right? Oh. You know what? I'd rather have the damage control on here, because I'm not going to use it that often. No, I don't have enough points for keys. I literally just used it um, to help fund a different project. My god. People are asking an arm and a leg. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. 49 and 40, that means we're at like 89 kilometers there. I need a pretty good one of these. So I'm thinking I go one more tracking. How much does that actually affect it? So 49 and 40. And now these have 45 and 37. Yeah. That's pretty good. $52 and 43. That puts me at 95. It's too bad I don't have a siege mod for the Dominix 2. Expensive, but it's worth it. What does that put me at now? 58 and 48. That's pretty good. That's 106? Almost 107? That's pretty good. I'll take that. And then with... Yeah. The drone scopes are pretty cheap. Okay, and then I need Weapon upgrades. Federation Navy or Imperial Navy? Imperial Navy are cheaper. Okay, so quickly, let us I don't have any fuel laying around, that's okay. Let's undock this.
Undocking.
We're gonna check the range with the aerospace implant active. 64 and 53, that is perfect. That is actually perfect. I could probably drop
Docking
one
request accepted.
of the range ones if I needed to. But I think it's fine to leave it as is. And then we're just gonna grab a bunch of semiconductors. Or targeting speed. I wouldn't mind having targeting speed. Okay, we're gonna ignore the high slots. Because it's just not worth my time, I don't think. We're not putting out a whole lot of DPS. But we'll at least have something. We said we wanted the Ascension. Right? Drone damage with drone range? Or tracking speed, okay. Front of the list now? There we are. Dominance. Wow, those are really bad colors. Maybe we just go for the white gold. I doubt I'll have enough to get a AI core on this thing. No, I'm so far off. Hello, cousin. How you doing today? Alright, let's head to
Autopilot
Florida.
engaged.
We're doing good. We're, setting up
Undocking.
for some high-sec stuff today. It's a little too busy in nullsec, and I needed to upgrade my battleship in high-sec anyway. So that's what we've done.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed as well. So now we've got the Dominix 2. It's going to be a very passive, long-range ship. I'm just going to warp in at 100 kilometers. And we're going to kill everything before it even has a chance to get to us.
Warp drive active.
But first we've got to drag it to a high-sec island.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it's super good for high-sec AI. I don't have gold core on this thing yet, um, but hopefully one day we'll have a thermomagnetic on it, and then we'll upgrade to the Dominic's Navy, which is a significant increase in
Warp drive
capability.
active. Warp drive active.
Okay, how's our passive tank? I mean, it's something. It's not the greatest. Definitely would have been better with, like, a red shield, adaptive shield monitor, but the damage control will help me in a tight situation. If it ever happens.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, tank doesn't always need to be on a long-range ship. Um, especially in high sec, it's not necessary. But I have had instances where things just spawn a little closer than expected. And so you need a little bit just to overcome that.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that. It's pretty cool. The Dominic's Navy issue is just so good. Yes, sir, Razor, I'll be here. At least a couple of hours, I hope.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Oh, it takes forever to get to any high-sec island. Yep, this is T10 Day 1.
Warp drive active.
We're not in nullsec right now because it's pretty hot out there. So we're gonna take the weekend and be in high sec for a while. It's always a good idea that you have a backup plan in case events like this happen. Well, we were previously skilled into missiles and drones already.
Warp drive active.
And I might drop the battleship missile skills pretty soon, so I can get more skills for the capital ships. We've got a long way to go on those capital ships, I tell you. I at least want to be like 454 in everything capital ship, and I'd be pretty happy with that. But in order to do that, I'm gonna have to drop some battleship skills to make it work.
Warp drive active.
Warp prep time's not too bad. About 13 seconds. But it feels pretty good coming off of the gate. Yeah. Yeah, the priorities in this game are whatever you want to do. And I really like that. I've done all the battleship stuff on my main character and my alts for a long time. So having a character like T10 Day 1 where their like primary focus is capital ships is so much better.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I really don't. Some modules are seeded on the market. But everything else is going to be, made by people or found by people. It's kind of a mix. For example, like the siege modules and all that, they're seeded on the market by the developers. There's also like prototype ships, which are seeded on the market, which are not as good as the regular ones. But everything else is made by people.
Destination reached.
Alright, let's go find our station real quick. Alright. Nope. That's a pretty bad, reset right there. Yeah, I think,
Warp drive active.
there are definitely toxic areas of Eve Echoes, and you can pretty quickly identify who those people are. But there are more friendly people here than
We're under
what you would
attack.
experience otherwise.
We're under attack.
Automatic lockback, automatic attack. Oh no! I can only use 2 of my... Oh man. Oh, what's that gonna take? 188,000. Let's go ahead and reset our capital missile, not our capital missiles, our large missiles. There we go. Yeah, feel free to jump in and enjoy the game. I think there are a lot of people that would be happy to have you. It's gonna take you a little while to get up to Tech 7. Probably about a month or 2. Where you can fly battle cruisers and stuff, so take your time, enjoy it, and have fun, experience as much as possible. I am currently playing on PC with an emulator called BlueStacks. But the game does typically run better on a phone. Yep, we also have a YouTube that you can check out. There we are. Thank you for the follow, Bastion. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Enemy ships detected.
Give it just a
We're
minute, see
under
if we can
attack.
catch if any of them have a micro warp drive. This one does.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I have a whole series on YouTube that is full length of everything I did from Tech 1 until Tech 7. And then we swapped over to Tech 8 recently. About 2 months ago or so. And we've been flying the Rattlesnake and having fun.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Okay, and which one is gonna get it?
We're under attack.
Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say today. I'm mostly just head empty farming again. It's what I enjoy most about this game is I can just come in here and not have to think about anything in high sec. We're actually within range, so I don't even need to use the computer. wait for the next wave real quick, and then I'll start looking at my skills and see what I want to do with that.
Warp drive active.
Wait for them to start locking.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Good.
We're under attack.
Hey, Snippy, how you doing today? Good to see you. How long did it take us to clear that first anomaly? Wow. Quite a while. It took us like 15 minutes. Oh no. Yeah, I've done my fair share of warping into that and getting stuck. I'll say that for sure. Yeah, the Lucid Moon is way too big for that. That thing takes off of almost the entirety of that asteroid.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
This looks quite nice. They're not spawning too far away, but they are spawning
We're
just
under
within the
attack.
range that I can deal with them quickly.
We're under attack.
Alright, so we're gonna put some skill points into our capital skills here. I have to choose... Okay, missiles are good. For capital missiles. Capital cannons should be fine. Upgraded operation, yep. Capital lasers? Ah, we gotta do capital lasers. And then after that, it will be capital railguns. Yeah, you can go into decomposers. Which, by the way, Jinner, just remember that there is a skill. Which one is it?
Enemy ships detected.
Trying to remember which one it is.
We're under
Oh,
attack.
one of them says lightweight battleships, by the way. If you didn't remember that.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Oh god, yeah. The skills for Mothership module, that's true. I wonder what our DPS is now. Okay, it's still 2,000. I can't believe we're that close to being able to reset that. With implant activated, we are 64 and 53. So, effectively, we're at like 117. Yeah, more than enough. I could probably drop the 20%
Warp drive active.
and get away with it.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
How did you mess up? Oh no. That's why you gotta work on one thing at a time. I'd rather have the auto attack on. Ah, that sucks. Because that's very expensive material. $94 flex. How much would it be for me to buy 94 flex?
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Oh no. You know, I spent 3 years doing exactly what you see me doing here. With different ships and different fits, but just running high-sec missions. And now that I've got a character with, like, dreadnoughts and everything, it's hard to come back here. Especially with a very sub-optimal ship. Yeah, that's cool. I know you've talked a lot about running your ship in low sec. Oh god, and that's why it's so powerful. That's why it's so bad. My god. Coming to high sec and just running these missions with the ship that I have, I'm making 4 times more in null sec. Yeah, that'd be cool, running story missions as a court activity. Get a bunch of you together and just blast through it all. It'd be fairly safe as well, because there's not many roaming gangs in Losec. It's mostly individuals.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I mean, that's when it becomes fun. Yeah, that would be good. That's part of why I really like, Dormant Realm stuff, because I can help newer players who are alphas, get into the game. I love how insane the DPS of drones is. Because it's not just once every few seconds, like 3 seconds, it's like constant DPS. Makes it really hard to counter. That's pretty good. I'm about to be tied up with you. Alright, so we're in pretty good shape now for our capital weapons. After resetting our large missiles. So that puts us at...
Warp drive active.
That puts us at, 4-4 on lasers, capital missiles, no, lasers and cannons, and then 4-3 on missiles and railguns.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, 554 is really good for the Carrera. Because I don't think it uses expert skills, does it? Yeah, it just uses advanced skills, so you're perfectly fine. We don't have an expert skill dreadnought yet? I thought we did. Well, I guess that's what the faction dreadnoughts will be. It's gonna be expert skills. If I had to guess,
Enemy ships
when
detected.
faction dreadnoughts come out, those are gonna
We're
be
under attack.
very skill intensive.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
I mean, the Chemosh isn't the only capital dread out there. It's just the most interesting of them. I can't remember what was the... What was the Fasago equivalent? Was it like the Sarathiel or something like that? It was new. I need to check on that. No, we have the Vehement, Chemosh, Cayman, and Saturnia as the only faction dreads that actually exist right now. So, let me...
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. The Cayman is the interesting one. For me. Because the Cayman can actually use light fighters. And missiles. The Cayman is like the... It's actually kind of close to the Hubris, isn't it? It's just a missile version of the Hubris. On the Phoenix hull. So it gets the extra resistances on shield. That's kinda deadly, isn't it? %100% bonus to fighter damage and hit points. How many fighters can this thing run? Fighter bay, 25,000 cubic meters. It has 2 fighter tubes. And it can only have 2 fighters per tube. Interesting. So yeah, it would be... In Eve Echoes, that would be pretty much exactly the same as a Hubris. I know one you don't have skills in.
Warp drive active.
That Nosferatu bonus on the Chemosh is insane.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would reset all of their skills just to fly the Zonitra. Active turret, rate of fire, stasis web, effectiveness. Okay, so the Vehement is just an upsized version of the what the hell is it called? The Vindicator, or the Annihilator. Which could be very deadly. Ooh, 100 points toward your rank. That's pretty good. You've had a pretty good day there, I'll say. So many people are going to be flying the Chemosh. Actually insane. How good that thing is.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Ooh. What is Faction Day? Ah. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Yeah, that'd be good if the systems were not full. Ah. Just looking at, like, the skill requirements for the Chemosh, that might have expert level skills. So take whatever, like, yeah, you need those rigs for the Chameleon, the Cobra, Nightmare, and the Azazel. That's so good. Okay, so here's an idea. Nope, not that one. This one. Are these expert skills? No, these are just advanced. So maybe we won't have expert skills in here. Because the carrier version is not expert skills.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to have the... that back. I think it's just too good of an option. If you're talking about protecting yourself, the Astarte is incredible for protecting yourself. With the extra Nosferatu and stuff, it's way too good. You also get Stasis Amplifier and Grappler stuff. Like, it's really good. I don't see why you wouldn't pick it. I like the Anaconda, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't have the same kind of fear in people as an Astarte does. It's not like it's stealing health, your capacitor, and completely shutting you down. The Astarte will do that. But since the Astarte only uses advanced skills, that means it's likely that the Chemosh would only have advanced skills as well. Yeah. Yeah, armor repair is a lot easier on your capacitor. It's also a lot more powerful on a capital ship. And that those Nosferatus just shut everything down. So it'll take more than a subcap fleet to kill you.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
Yeah, it's a really good choice.
We're under attack.
It's a little unfortunate how not meta the Blood Raider ships are up until you get to like the Astarte. A Sisters of Eve Capital could be really cool. They don't exist, so I don't know. I don't know what that would look like. I just imagine, like, a bigger Nestor. Maybe it's got, like, 2 or 3, rings around it. Yeah, a shield battleship Logi would be really nice to have. I've always said we should have, like, an option outside of the Nightmare think there really should be a second option that's maybe not as good as the Nightmare. Or maybe, like, different from the Nightmare and how it's used. Yeah, if you want to make the Marshal broken, you give it a shield field module. You know, I'm really pretty excited to go back to nullsec with this character, because the next time we go out, I really want to fly the Phoenix for a bit. Yeah. The Marshal is broken for literally all of the modules it has. Everything it does is so good.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I mean, this is... When we talk about the Python... When we talk about the Marshal, I think about this thing. If we ever get it. Yeah, even the Nightmare doesn't really get much more above 2 million EHP. So if you have, like, a Nightmare and a Marshal together in a fleet, you're not... You're not getting away from that. That is a lot of death. Call it Night Marshal. %, bonus to all shield resistance. Plus everything else. Can fit covert Cyno. No targeting delay after cloaking. you increase the micro warp drive and afterburner duration activation time by double, which means you use half the fuel, or half the capacitor need. ECM burst jammer, meaning they literally just won't lock you. %650% bonus to ship velocity when using cloaks. Is that not insane?
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, and you're only running 60% P3s. That's crazy. I mean, you really are looking at, like, 2.2 or 2.5 million EHP. Nightmare, Ferox Command 2, and a Drake Logi? Oh god. Now imagine if you had just a bunch of marshals with 1.8 million EHP. That's pretty much the same thing. Maybe 2 marshals and a nightmare. And that's all you would need. Yeah, I'm pretty upset that we have not seen a better Ashimu or a better Nightmare. Because it would be really nice. Done. Yeah, I can't do the thing yet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we at least have the Anubis. But if the Anubis is anything to go by, I don't think we'll find that much interest in, like, an upgraded cruiser or frigate for Mordu's Legion.
We're
I think they
under
kind
attack.
of missed the ball with that.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Man, we are hitting that one hard. Orthros is a fun ship, but I don't think we would get much more out of a Anubis equivalent. I don't know what they would do with it. Yeah, it really is expensive. Because it's hard to get the Rex. Now it's a lot easier, but it's still pretty hard to get the Rex. I wonder if the Eve Echoes developers should consider making advanced Inquisitors being like special ships like Sisters of Eve or Mordu's Legion, and having them drop those wrecks, and have the regular Inquisitors be like Angel or Blood Raider, just to help out the market, or at least crash the price on
Enemy
that
ships
market,
detected.
or
We're
have a
under
separate
attack.
system, maybe like a roaming fleet
We're
of
under
them.
attack. We're under attack.
It could be fun if we had like roaming fleets where you could warp to a planet and have like a Mordu's Legion fleet on a planet. Kinda like how Triglavian Invasion worked. Yeah, Mordu's Legion is so rare. So it would be nice to have a system like a roaming fleet of them that show up once every so often in a system. Yeah, you could hunt Asteros for that. Oh god, yeah. Back then that was the way to go. People farmed hard. Back then. It got a lot of people in trouble too.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah. They were very expensive back then. Now they're what, like 200? $200, $250. Let's see, Morning's Legion. You're looking at 230 on Morning's Legion. Wow, Sisters is still insane. Yes, Jitter, thank you. Have a good flight. Be safe. I mean, you're talking about only 200,000 for that, and you get 500 million out of it? Up to $1 billion, maybe? That's really good. Wait, when did this get added? $6 billion. Wow. That's a 10-to-1 right there.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
That's actually really good if you can buy those on your next rank. I don't know how quickly you can farm those points. Oh, nice. So you can get like 3 of those. It's 1.5 billion right there. All the way up to like 3 billion if you're lucky.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Not too bad for you to get.
We're under attack.
God, I remember the days when drones used to have the need to have the same command range as their firing range. That was awful. Depending on loot luck, okay. Man, those days were awful when drones had to have like 120 kilometers of drone command range just to fire at something.
Nice. I really do need to spend the time out in nullsec running the Inquisitors or Advanced Inquisitors. We seem to spawn them pretty often in our area, so it wouldn't be too bad.
Enemy ships
Yeah, the
detected.
Baristas, webs, and scrambles are so good.
We're under
I've had a
attack.
couple of them.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, basically the same as the 20 warp scram. Why does that feel like a lot of IP for a basic battleship? Alright, so...
Autopilot
let's go
engaged.
ahead and dock up, and we'll probably call it a night here. Yeah, it's not 100%, but Inquisitors can definitely drop those. And I feel like it's mostly the
Warp drive active.
the frigates and the cruisers that will drop those. The battleships will drop something else.
Destination. Docking request accepted.
Alright, so with that being said, thank you all so much for joining me today. We did a lot. We reskilled out of large missiles and into, we skilled into lasers, railguns, and missiles a little bit for the capital ships. We got ourselves a new high-sec battleship, which I will be using to farm missions and stuff out here whenever it's a little too busy out in nullsec. Pretty soon we should be able to show off the Revelation and the Phoenix, although I've still got some skills to get on the Phoenix. And yeah, we did pretty good today. So thank you all so much for joining me. Take care and be safe. Thank you for all of your support. I really appreciate it.